Hey homies. So here are just some things that annoy me about K-pop Twitter and K-pop stans in general. If you agree or disagree, that's personally okay. You can leave your own thoughts down in the comments. This is just my take on things and how I feel about them. Okay Stacy girls, it's going down. Leave Vivi alone. It's so weird that whenever someone tries to retaliate against an orbit, they always come for Vivi. And sometimes it won't even involve Luna or an orbit.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See, I get because you never apologized.
Say a text stan and a G-friend stan are arguing somehow out of nowhere. Here comes the now infamous Vivi is ugly tweets. And it's so weird cause Vivi has never done anything wrong to anyone.
Like, you still didn't like me. You been not like me because you judge women like me. What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
what was the reason?
And now someone recently sent her a death threat directly. It's getting out of hand. Leave Vivi alone and stream every day. I love you. Streaming and views arguments. Whatever happened to just listening to music for fun? Now it's well it charted. Well it has this many views. Well it sold this much. Firstly, quantity doesn't equal quality. Some stans will just stream just so their favs can reach the charts. Sometimes they even admit not liking their fav's new song. I can name some of the best pop songs I've ever heard and they barely have 200k views. And even so, what happened to just listening to music and enjoying it? And I feel like because stans move this way, K-pop companies will release music with no effort to them just because people will stream it regardless. The It Girl debate. To be honest, I think the It Girl is between Jennie, Sunmi and Taeyeon. But if you don't agree, that's perfectly okay. Anyone can call their favorites an It Girl, and some stans take it way too personally when they do. No one should be dragged just for uplifting the idols they stan. It's not that serious. The who's more problematic arguments. There is no pop group that is unproblematic. And if they aren't racist, they've been culturally insensitive. Granted, some groups are constantly doing offensive things, and should be dragged and held accountable. However, shaming people and holding debates on which groups are more problematic is weird. The call is always coming from inside the house. On the other side, no one has to like your group if they've been offensive. Shaming people who don't want to stan a group who's been racist or insulted their culture is weird. Like your favorites fucked up and sometimes you just need to let them be dragged because of it. So I can see both sides. But only being woke when it comes to a group you don't like and not your favorites prove you don't actually care. Related to what I said before. Why is it when a group you don't like fucks up you drag them, but when it is your favorite groups we need to send emails? I am not a damn receptionist. I am no one's free public relations assistant. And suddenly everyone wants to send Karen-styled MLA format emails when it involves their favorites. Let your favorites be held accountable and just call them out. Because those emails don't do anything. And some of you tell your favorites what they did wrong on face call, and that's great. But then they go and do the same thing they just got dragged for. I promise these idols and their companies don't care about emails and only agree to what you say for fan service. Put your foot down and hold them accountable because you're a human before you're a K-pop stan. And aside from the email shit, stop finding one person of a culture and or race and thinking they speak for everyone. Just cause they and a few others weren't offended doesn't mean others aren't. So hush. Who started what debates? Who cares? Cause what I can guarantee is when it involves K-pop, a black person started it. K-pop rap arguments. I find it so funny because let's be real, most of these idols can't rap. And yes, that includes my favorites too, lol. And K-pop stans need to stop going in black people's mentions crying about their favorites can rap. Because the evidence y'all put in people's quotes and replies just reiterate their point. Be setting your favorites up. I swear to God, your K-pop favorites will never rap as well as the black artists they steal are influenced from. Like I said, it's okay to call out problematic idols. But why do some men who are also girl group stans feel like it's okay to insult women? Unwarranted at that. Like out of nowhere here comes some man insulting a girl group or a female idol just for the hell of it. Just like how some female boy group stans have internalized misogyny. We need to also address men who are girl group stans and have their own misogyny. Just cause you stan women doesn't make the shit you say okay and doesn't stop anyone from calling you out on it. Fan cams. Okay, to be honest, I think film Twitter ruined that actually, lol. Like everyone had one and it was cool until some had gore hidden in them or when fan cams were put under tweets about serious topics. And then the rest of stan Twitter caught onto fan cams and I kind of miss them actually, lol. Like I haven't seen a fan cam in a while to be honest, but at one point they were annoying as hell. And yes, I say this with at least 10 fan cams. Some of y'all stanning people just cause they're Korean. Like, why are you a fan of an idol who hasn't released any music yet? How are you a fan of someone and you don't even know their name? Like stanning someone and don't even know if they are actually talented or not. This includes K-dramas too. It's giving fetishization. Don't get me wrong, you can be interested in a group when they've been announced. But why have a fan account for people you don't even know yet and use their pre-debut pictures as icons? It's weird. Stop. Company stans. Like, why are you as a K-pop stan defending a company? Some of these companies treat their idols wrong. And if it isn't holding them to impossible standards, it's managing them poorly. I just don't see why you would defend a company. They're not even paying you. Hell, they barely pay their own idols that are the main source of their income. Anyway, that's all I can think of at the moment. Stream Dreamcatcher's